Hey, everybody, it's Paul Grossman, the dark arts wizard of AI driven test automation. And we got another live stream going on today. And we're going to wait for a couple of people to get in. But while we're doing that, I'm going to be sharing a little bit about what I want to talk about today. And that is essentially, hey, we got our first viewer up there on Facebook. By the way, just a reminder, you can chat with me because we are live. So if you basically go over to the chat over there, I got two people watching me from, let's see who we got. We got one on Facebook and one from YouTube. Thank you very much. If you want to post a comment, you can ask me anything. Take a look at it. And if you don't see something where you can interact or watch, try one of my different channels. We are live streaming on 4 different platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we are on YouTube, and we are on Twitch. So wherever you're at, please check it out. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at UX design. And I'm going to talk about good UX design and specifically one thing in particular. And of course, I always like to talk about automation. So one of the things I like to do is go over to someplace where I can do a simulation of a good and bad design. Hey, I got another viewer over there on YouTube. Thank you very much. Just a shout out. Ask me anything. I'm always open to doing any test automation over here. Let's see. First of all, let's get a little music going, I think. Would it be good to have some music? Yeah, that sounds like a grand idea. Okay, so let's go with Trancing Sphere. Oh, I like this. This is bouncy. I like it. Maybe a little too loud, so I'm going to go cut that down a little bit. All right. So there we go. We got a little bouncy music going over here. So what do I mean by good or bad design? Well, one of the things is how you display a side display of information that will effectively take the least amount of your display. So let's take, for example, if I have, let's see, where did it go over here? I've got my notepad over here. Oh, I got another viewer. Thank you very much for checking in. And let's see, where are you from? You are watching from Twitch. Usually from Twitch, it's an AI thing. But if you're not an AI, absolutely, please chat with me. Make a message out there. I'll even put the comments up here and say, ask me anything. You can ask me anything. I talk about test automation all the time. And we'll do that. And there it is. It pops up right on our screen. Well, it should. There's our screen. Ask me anything over there. So always open to any sort of discussion, chit chat, whatever. So what we're going to talk about today is a good UX design. And what we want to do is put together a interface that has but we're going to be renting out some vehicles. We need to have a home page, a search page. We want different types of, we want vehicles, which means cars, trailers, motorcycles, something that shows us customers and configuration with icons. And the way I'm going to do this is by using a tool called WebSim.AI. And you can find all sorts of people's doing all sorts of interesting things on this. So they got plenty of time. And by the way, so do I. I am currently unemployed, so I'm looking for my next gig. Doing improved user UX design is one thing that I do. Another thing is test automation, and I just love doing that. So today we're going to do this design. Let's see if we can get the AI to build this. So first of all, I'm going to go over to my projects over here, and I want to do a new project. The recent one was a custom console logger. I did some of that, some other different items that I do here. Here's with the combo box challenge. These are 2 combo boxes. This one's selecting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This one I'm just selecting March. However, this one is a real combo box, and this one is a drop-down list with a overlaid input field. It's faking the whole thing out. test automation tools sometimes have problems working with one. Usually it's easy with this, but they're never that smart to figure out how to do this. But I want to show you how to build one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do a new project over here. What would I like to create today? A mock-up interface that has a sliding mock-up interface for a vehicle rental site. Do that. It has a sliding interface for different pages from the left. Okay, we'll do this, and I'm going to punch in everything that I want in here. All right, and okay. There should be an expand button. Like that. And let's just let it go and do this. We'll see how well it does. It is AI. It's kind of iffy. It is a kind of average stuff. So it's doing on this. What's this thing over here? It says, thinking about creating a mobile one-screen sliding interface, possibly with a sidebar from the left. I'll include a financial section that can show a account table. I'll work with multiple files, import a map. Sounds good. I don't know where that came from, but that's a cool thing. Check that out. That's pretty good. I have a search. And it's okay that this stuff is, all right. What do I want to do? The next thing is I want to add icons for each item. The left side should by default be should not be expanded by default. Contracted. I'm not sure what I'm looking for over there. A expand option button should appear to display the full slider. I like that. What do you think? Sound good? All right. I'm going to go and click on that, and we'll see how it does it. So we have version 2. Okay, I need to, let's see, what does it say here? Wish I could expand this. Oh, maybe I can. I guess I cannot. All right, so it says here I need to create a single sentence outlining with the bar for existing files. The sidebar should be collapsed by default. That's what I'm looking for. Likely showing only the icons. Yep. And reveal the full slide out on larger screens. How's it? So it came up with this version over here. Okay, I like this interface. It's kind of let's see, VR over here. Hold on, stretch. These aren't icons exactly, but if I click on them, they will change to it. It's actually building a pretty good one over here. All right, and then there's finance, which I can expand. All right, finance should be should be collapsed by default. Do that. Add icons instead of gas bars. Color bars. We'll do that. So I wanted to replace this. We'll hit this over here. So now this should be expanded. And let's see. If I click on this. Oh, okay. Yeah. Fired sidebar to controllers version. I left finances closed by default. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got some icons over here. This is good. There's my home state. If I click on these guys over here, that's good. Okay. This is close enough. I'm good with this. Cool. And the thing is that if I don't know what these guys are, I have to go click that button to go open it and close it. Hey, I got a viewer coming in from Facebook. Thank you very much, whoever's watching me on Facebook. Just a reminder, you can ask me anything while this is going on. You can ask me to try and demonstrate something. This is live. I'm always open to chatting with people. If you don't see a chat box over there, you can find me on a different stream. We're currently streaming live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. I hope you are having a fantastic Friday. Me, myself, I'm unemployed at the moment, but I'm looking to have get something going. So if you're looking for someone who does creative designs like this, please let me know. Again, we are doing this vehicle rental UI. Now this is the problem I have. A lot of people put in this expand bar. Put the expand button at the bottom and use that for the button, and this when it is expanded to collapse. All right, so we're going to see if we can try and move this guy here down to here, and it should have 2 arrows pointing to the right and then 2 arrows pointing to the left. All right, see how this looks. And by the way, you can take a look at this preview modes in as a map, as a mobile device. Map. I don't know what I'm thinking. So while we're waiting for that, we're gonna go clean this up. Oh, well, less work means it gets done faster. So let's see how it did. Okay, it moved it over there. There we go. All right, yeah, this is more the design I'm looking for. That's good. That's fantastic. All right, and if I go to money, okay, if I expand this, then we get this drop down over here. Okay, so we've made it to a point where we can design an interface. The problem is that this is not the best interface. I'm going to tell you for a fact, one of the problems I have as getting to be an older developer is that I have carpal tunnel syndrome in my fingers. I do not like clicking interfaces. And by the way, if you want to learn about how to make actually good element designs, you should check out Paul Heckel's book, The Elements of Friendly Software Design. And you don't have to read the whole book. It looks a little thick and daunting. You just have to read the first 2 pages right here. And each one of these things have an important item. And one of the ones that I highlighted is, I think it should be number 1, but it's don't annoy the customer. Avoid frustrating the user right there. And let's see if I can get this thing to kind of show right here. There it is. Don't annoy the user. One thing that's annoying me is that my blue screen is not letting me do this. It's just watching my face and trying to do it. Okay, there it is, right there. And I've marked each page. You only need to read that chapter. And by the way, this is a page. It's not a chapter. This is a page in the first 12 pages over here. If you want to get more deeper into what this guy's talking about, it's cool. That's one of two great books over there. I'm about to lose one of my pop-up characters, so I want to make sure it does not fall and hit me on the head. The other one over here, this is an excellent book over here called About Face, and this is written by 4 people, including Alan Cooper, who's known as the grandfather of Visual Basic. So he's I did see him online on Twitter a couple of years ago. Friendly guy, and this has really got some wonderful designs about how to make good and bad interface design. Great stuff there. I recommend both of these books if you're going to be learning about good design. Well, one thing I want to make sure you understand, UX, when you see UX design, anyone who tells you that good design is baked in so you don't have to think about creating a good design, guaranteed you're going to create crappy design. And what does that matter? Except your customers are going to be looking at that and saying, wow, that kind of looks crappy. And then they'll look at your competitor. And if their competitor has read 2 of those books, your competitor is probably going to eat your lunch. Why not eat their lunch first? Hey, I got a brand new viewer over there. I've got live chat going on over here. We're talking about good interface design. So I'm going to go switch over here. Thank you very much for watching from YouTube. My chat is open. If you have any questions, please do put it in the chat over there. If you don't see the chat over there in the comments, you can see me on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitch. Find me over there. The Dark Arts Wizard should get you to the live chat over there. If you can't chat and you want to chat, I'm always happy to chat. So I'm going to go back over to our interface over here. So this is what we've done so far is I use an AI website called WebSim.AI to simulate a bad design. And this is it right over here. I've got a design that expands out and then closes. It's 2 clicks, and I have carpal tunnel syndrome. I do not like clicking on an interface. So what can we do to make this better, Paulie? Well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to ask it to change this design. Change the slide out so that it activates when the mouse hovers. Remove the expand collapse button. Let's try that. All right, so it is now, and I misspelled slide up. I missed the E and slide up, but I'm pretty sure AI is smart enough to figure out what it is I'm doing. So happy Friday to you who are watching me up on YouTube. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. Chat with me. Tell me what you're planning to do for the weekend if you want. I'm always happy to do that. You can even request to join on as a viewer. If you're shy, I'm not shy. I get out there. You can see I put my face up. I love speaking at conferences. I love showing off all the cool stuff that I do here, and I'm really interested in all this. Okay, I believe it says I remove the sidebar expand button, and let's see what happens. Look at that. I don't have to click on this. What about finances? Now, finances still has the button on it. So I'm going to say, what would you like to change? Do the same for the finance drop down. I feel like saying, oh, subscription. I do have a subscription. I'm paying for this. I already have this. What are you talking about? Man, I am... I've got a, this makes me sad because I actually have a paid, maybe I have to pay it. Maybe something's gone wrong with my projects, my time, but I should have plenty of time to to do this. Plenty of do the same for the finance drop down. Let me hit that again. Am I going to get hit with this? What am I currently at? I'm out of credits. How many credits do I have? You have 0. Claim unclaimed credits. Let's claim some unclaimed credits and see if that does what I think it's going to do. All right. Good plan. Look at that. Bio links. I have no idea. Oh, look, I got 3 viewers over there. Hey, welcome. The second person who is watching us from YouTube. Thank you very much for checking this out. I kind of ran out of credits over here, which means I have to upgrade. I should have a advanced paid subscription over here. But just to explain what I've gone through, let me walk you through over here since you're here. I'm creating a crappy design. This was the first thing, is I want a mock-up interface for vehicle interface design over here. So there's a search, here are vehicles and trailers and motorcycles and customers I can configure, and then there's the finances, which drops down. Then I said, hey, why don't you add icons to this? And it kind of gave me this really weird icons and an expand button. So I go and take a look at it over here. And it also added a little bit of the interface, fake interface to look at this. The problem I'm mentioning here is that having a button to expand and contrast is a bad user design. It's a basic design, true. It does what you're supposed to do, but the problem is I've got carpal tunnel syndrome and I don't like clicking. The less clicks, the better. And that's just kind of slowing down my goal. So I went over to version 3 and I said, hey, can you just do, there we go. Can you give me some icons over here to show? So it gave me actually icons, replaced that, has that expand button still in there, and this expand over here. And then last I went over here, well, not quite last, I said, hey, why don't we create it with a double arrow over here that does expand and contrast. Now, as I was saying, I'm complaining about that. You don't need that expand button. So I said, why don't you change the slide out so that when I move my mouse over it, it automatically moves. I don't have to click on anything. And I still have to click on the finances, and that's where I kind of said, hey, click on this, and it's telling me, hey, why don't you pay me? And I'm like, dude, I do pay you. So I'm gonna have to go and find out how to do that. Anyway, we're going to be wrapping up this session here. Just a reminder, I am unemployed. I've been doing test automation for 25 years, and I love building approaches that show you how things look and how things are better. I also do the exact same thing with test automation projects. If you are looking to do this, I actually wrote a book, and it is over here. Let me pull that out. I've got this book over here, Enhanced Test Automation with WebDriver.io. And I know what some of you are saying, like, I don't work in WebDriver.io, I work in Selenium or Playwright. It's absolutely okay, because one, you could buy this book, and the code is on a GitHub repository. And with AI, you know what you could do? You could give it the code, you could even give it the repository and say, hey, can you convert this from WebDriver.io, whatever concepts he's got in there, and put that into Playwright, into JavaScript, TypeScript, Java, Python, whatever it is. Take the same concepts and put it in there. Or, hey, wait a few months. I'm going to be having a new version of this book out, and we'll be doing it with Playwright and Cypress and Selenium, because those are the most popular things that are out there today. A little side note before we run away. Yesterday, I was working on Blink.io. Blink.io does a Candy Mapper Challenge. I mean, if you don't know about the Candy Mapper Challenge, this is it. You go to my website. It's public, candymapper.com. It's a fake website. We don't sell anything. We don't gather anybody's email. In fact, the major problem that I have is when I talk about it and people play around with it, my phone gets pings that said, oh, hey, you've set up a new appointment. And I'm like, okay, yeah, because you can do appointments, all sorts of cool things. But the major idea over here is that you want to close any pop-up that comes up. You want to go down to the contact us. Let me hit the refresh over here. I think it's open from yesterday. You want to go down to the first name, type in Paul, and this is only 8 steps. 8 to 10 steps, depending on your tool, and hit the submit button, and it will give you an error saying, hey, you need to put in an email address. So I put in an e@me.com. Don't make it any more complicated than it needs to be. Click on the submit button. You should get a message that says, we will get back to you in 48 years. That's a little while. I'm not sure if I'll be around when we do that. It's a fun little website. It's horror Halloween based. There are about 13 different movie films referenced in the whole thing. So if you get bored of automation, you can go and sneak around and see if you can find any of those references. All sorts of links to different places, challenges. How could you validate this? It says meet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I know, misspelled his name. That's part of our bugs that we're looking for. Meet Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson at Moe's Bar. Problem is that you've got quotes over here, and a single quote over here. You're doing this in JavaScript. A single quote and a double quote are also the same types of quotes. You want to know a secret? There's a third type of quote, which is a backtick. It's in the upper left-hand corner of your keyboard. You almost never use it for anything with a tilde, which is only used if you're working in Spanish, so or mathematical equations over there. So you can use that character instead to mark off these items instead of saying, okay, quote, double quote, two quotes, backslash, escape quote. That's all a big pain. Why not just use the backtick and you can use this whole thing together? It's kind of cool. All right, lots of fun things to go look for. There's dead links. There is actually the Halloween party. You can launch Candy Mapper over here. This is my Candy Mapper app, and what it is supposed to go and find out where the cool, where you can get candy from your website. The only problem is that the service takes forever, literally takes forever to load. So, and if this is a ton of fun, this is backed by GoDaddy, but if you want to go to .net, you can see the exact same version, but it is hosted by Wix. And look, already I got a bug over here. And you might even find a massage in there. It's supposed to be a message. So happy hunting. I'm going to go through this site and playing around with this, different little challenges that you can find, see if I got stuff. These are some of my friends. That's Halloween. I love Halloween. It's my favorite time. So that's sort of what I do. Whole same thing. If you want to see something a little bit more cool, you can go to Automation Testing Online. Here you can go and book reservations for fake rooms. Over here you can book the nights, and then you get a little calendar that will tell you, well, which day do you want to reserve. You can reserve those dates, and then every 10 minutes the entire system will refresh itself. So it's an automatic cleanup while you're out there. Let me go back over here. One other thing you can do is you can go and be an administrator. I'm going to go to administrator over here, and the username is admin. All right, and the password is admin. You hit login, and you'll get into the administration site, and you can add new rooms, give them details. You can also add room numbers and different types of stuff. There you have check boxes, drop down links, anything that you can do. You can even delete these, and like I said, in every 10 minutes it refreshes and comes back. Rooms, reports, there's a calendar of what events are going on, some branding you can change, interfaces. Test your skills and automation by interacting with all of this. What else we got? If you like those, check out Mr. Mayhew's list. All sorts of test automation items in here, including, I believe, that's the RESTful Booker we just looked at, and Candy Mapper is here as well, and a whole ton of other ones. This is one of the oldest ones, the internet, and other tools that you can try, see if your tool works with it. I was working with Blink.io. We created the test within about 3 minutes, and the accuracy was amazing. And over the next few days, I'm going to be doing other tools like Test Rigger and um, Applet Tools Autonomous. And I've got a list of a whole bunch of tools I got to play around with last year just to see and compare. As we were looking for an automation tool, uh, which is codeless. Just click the button and that's it. I will also be doing videos of how to do this with VS Code. So using a Best Buy as my sample test, we'll be using AI to do all this and describing all the cool things that I did for one of my previous clients. And really nothing new there because it's all in my book. And that includes smart element identification. So you can just say, click add to cart rather than having to put in all these descriptors for your elements in there. Anyway, we will be doing that on future live streams. I'm going to thank everyone for for watching today. And I'm Paul Grossman at Dark Arts Wizards. Have yourself a great weekend. Cheers.